Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you're new. My name is Chris, and about 2 weeks ago, I finished my college education. So I graduated from UCLA with a degree in civil engineering, and for these past 2 weeks, I've been reflecting a lot about what will remain with me after college. And I wouldn't say it's anything that I learned in the classroom. Not how to calculate moment forces or how to sanitize water, but it's the experiences, the people, the adventures, just the perspective on the human condition that I think will remain with me after I graduate. I went on a camping trip like right after I graduated, and it was with a bunch of my friends who go to UCLA. And on this camping trip, it pretty much encapsulated what college was for me. So we took this trip to Redwoods National Park up in NorCal, and we had a pretty good conversation. So at first, it started off as a conversation about the redwoods, about the trees that were surrounding us, and how cool it was that these trees were beautifully manufactured by evolution and by things that randomly occurred in nature. And from that conversation, we extrapolated it towards the human experience and how humans are really only as complex as they are due to a series of unnatural occurrences that have happened over millennia. And we talked about how selective pressure was this overarching guiding force that has existed throughout human history and throughout history of all things. And in this conversation, we ranged from everything to ecology, to biology, to politics, to philosophy, to ethics, and eventually technology, and how possibly the next unnatural occurrence could be the melding of humans and technology. But yeah, that's kind of besides the point, but it was a pretty encapsulating conversation, and I feel like that is the college experience. The most enriching conversations of my life have happened in these past 3 years. I'm not saying 4 because my freshman year of college happened during the pandemic, so I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, these conversations were so culturally, politically, and intellectually enriching. It's conversations like these, one so captivating and stimulating, that have enriched my life so much these past couple of years. College is really cool because there's such a large range of people here, like ones with different backgrounds, interests, goals, and passions, but we're all bound by this similar philosophy, and that's just learning and the pursuit of knowledge. And maybe not everyone in college has this like deep passion for knowledge and learning, but the people I've found myself surrounded with are guided by this belief. And you can get an engineering major like me to have a discussion with biology majors, history majors, and economics majors on like the broadest topic, like climate change, and you'll get completely different perspectives. And they'll all be like really valid too, just seen at from different angles because we're different people and there's so many of us here. But it's this interdisciplinary nature of conversation and this interdisciplinary way of life that I feel I will find myself missing and craving after I leave college. When we start working, we'll be more so surrounded by people with similar backgrounds to our own. Obviously not everyone will be the same, but it definitely won't be as diverse of thought as it is in college. If I have any advice for anyone entering college, it's this: make friends with many different people, as many different people as you can. And don't get stuck in this bubble of like-minded ways of thinking. It's most important to challenge yourself and to think critically about things, and this is ultimately what's gonna make you grow. My closest friends are ones of different majors, and we're not too different. We have similar interests: reading, camping, nature, music, movies, cultural enrichment, exploration. Anyways, we have a lot of similar interests. But we all had different perspectives and different views on things. And I think I enjoyed this so much because I was able to learn so much. And they were able to learn so much from me just because I have a different perspective than them. And a lot of times in college, I see people get stuck in like a major bubble, where people like mainly just talk to people studying the same things that they are. And I feel like these people are missing out on so many different perspectives and this untapped knowledge. When else in your life will you have such a diversity of thinking so readily accessible to you? I'm glad I joined the clubs I did. Yes, I joined the civil engineering club, but that's not the only one I joined. And I know a lot of people who did only that, and I feel like they're limiting themselves. But I joined the Engineering Ambassadors Club, which is, I got paid to give tours to people looking to join the engineering school here. But the group of ambassadors themselves were pretty close, and it was cool just by virtue of hanging out with these people. You get these different perspectives throughout the engineering school. Like, the way a civil engineer thinks is not necessarily going to be the same way a computer science major thinks, or how a mechanical engineer thinks. And just these conversations of people who have similar interests but different ways of thinking, it helped me throughout my college experience. I also joined an a cappella group. There were no limitations here. We were just bound by our love of music and performance, and you get a plethora of different personalities and perspectives, which allowed for a really cool mix of conversations and opinions. The last club I joined was the Den, which is like the student athletics club, or like this, like we work with marketing to get people to come to athletic events. Obviously, most of our conversations revolved around sports, but after you spend a lot of time with people, the conversations get deeper than the surface level. And yeah, you have people of all different majors. So again, this idea of surrounding yourself with people who are different than yourself. Yeah, it's really cool to see how multi-dimensional people are in college. And not only are they really good academics and impressive scholars, but they are also culturally curious and ridiculously talented as well, which is something I didn't realize about people my age. But I'm super glad I didn't waste my time with these people over the years. They've helped me a lot to learn and to grow and to understand things in different ways. College has taught me to strive to find people like this after college and to crave these people who are knowledgeable in different ways than I am. I want to be constantly surrounded by people who interpret the world in different ways than I do, and to be with people who see the same things I do but have different understandings of how they work. This will definitely take more effort than it does in college, but I'm glad that college taught me the value there is in that and surrounding yourself with different people. The payoff is definitely beyond worth it. And honestly, this learning from each other is the most enriching thing in life for me. And it makes life really beautiful. And as I continue my journey, I will strive to find people who think differently and who who I'm able to have conversations like I did on that road trip. Yeah, so that is the video. If you want to follow me on my journey to my journey of knowledge and growing, then drop a subscription, drop a like, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.